Hi y'all, it's Brandy and I am here today with your Aries 2021 Wheel of the Year reading. Now these usually take a very long time. I'm going to open space and light my candle, so watch your ears because here comes the bell. Love that. Clear out everything, open space. So let's chat a minute before I get any further. Here I go, knocking things off my table as I light my candle. So what you're not going to see today is me shuffling, because as you'll see, there is a humongous, gigantic amount of decks that I pull for a Wheel of the Year reading. Now this is for Sun, Moon, and Ascendant or Rising sign of Aries. If you are interested in a more personalized reading, I have those available on my website at brandyk.net. I don't always pull all of these cards for personalized reading because I do clarifiers on the energy. It's just slightly different, but it is fairly long and there's a lot of info. So if you're interested in that, just head over to the website. I've left the sale prices up for those for the time being. Just with COVID, I don't feel right upping the prices. I feel like that would make it so people couldn't order as much. I'm just going to light some incense to keep us in this sacred space that we have going right now. Here's a little bit for you if you want. And I am going to jump right in. Now we have a lot, so I'm going to try to list all of the decks that I use in the comments. Hopefully I won't forget. What else? And let's see, I have a chakra pull for you. I have a crystal pull. And then we're going to go into cards. Here is the list while I anoint. I'll go through. You're going to see me looking over here. I have a whole clipboard of notes and information. I do a meditation at the beginning of every reading, and then I pull the cards. Today we're going to have the overall energy followed by overall love, finances, and health, then the overall challenge card for the year. Okay, we also have a whole bunch of oracles. I was pulled to do so many decks this time. It's a little bit odd, but I think with all of the energy of 2020, people just really want as much information as possible. So I pulled what I was told, you know what I mean? And I have this random hair that didn't make it into my bun, so it is what it is. We're gonna throw a little amplify on and make sure that I get all the messages out that I need to. And then we're going to jump in. First thing we're going to do is a crystal pull. I am using my small crystal tray just because it's the most portable. Here's what it looks like for you. There you go. So you can see that. I'm going to put this down in front of me. Oh, okay. And I'm going to be using my Peach Moonstone pendant today. This is a pendant that I usually use for abundance or love readings because that's what Peach Moonstone works best for. And we are going to see what stone will be helpful to you this coming year in case you're interested in following up with that. Now remember, you don't have to go buy anything. You can always just use a picture of the stone that we find. Okay? This will give us some chakra information and also a general stone for the year. Again, this is for Aries. Cross watchers are welcome. There's no barrier there, no issue. This will be good for the whole year of 2021. Please remember that as a collective, not all of this will resonate with you. That doesn't make it untrue. Sometimes we don't resonate with messages that we need to hear and we don't want to, but also they're taking a lot of people into consideration. Spirit's a little funny with messages like that. The other thing you want to consider is my pendulum, like, yes, that's true. The other thing you want to consider is that about 6 months into the year, 6 full moons by the lunar calendar, some of this energy may greatly change, and you may want to check back in and get another Wheel of the Year reading just to see what path you're on, what things have changed, because everybody makes choices constantly and it will be different. But this is the energy going in and what you can expect, okay? So we're going to start here with Earth Star Chakra energy, Crown Chakra energy, and just see if there's anything radiating. Looks like everything is pretty good for Aries, Aries 2021. Okay, so let's go into third eye chakra. We'd like a crystal for Aries for 2021. All right, throat chakra energy. Okay, that's getting a yes. It's switching. Really don't know if you can see that. Oh, heavy yes in the throat chakra energy. This year is going to be all about communication. Okay, all about removing blockages from throat chakra energy. Trollite? No, not trollite. Okay, what do we got? Okay. Okay, I think we found one. That is a solid yes. All right, so what we're looking at is blue lace agate. Okay, blue lace agate. It's a light blue colored stone. Blue lace agate is going to be your stone for the year. A light blue colored stone, often with white striations on it. See if you do choose one, if you decide to go out shopping in the world, see if you can get one that has a white striation, a white line that goes all the way around it, because that would make it a wishing stone, which is fantastic. Let me just write that down because I have a bunch of notes for in the YouTube video. Blue lace agate. Now that stone is really good for anxiety. It's good for worry. It's good for moving forward. Do we want to check the rest of the chakras? Let me just do a quick chakra check and see if there's anything else. Let's go into heart chakra energy for Aries. Oh, they're just doing like a hard no. Okay. And solar plexus. I know I'm doing this off camera. Just bear with. Sacral chakra? Anything? Okay, so your sacral chakra is coming off that you need a little, it's not coming off as a yes. Root chakra. But it is coming that it's not as strong an energy. So I would look at really looking at that Kundalini energy. That sacral orange fire energy. Ooh, and root chakra. Get some grounding going. Earth star chakra energy. Work with amber. The only one that came up as a yes, though, is that blue lace agate. I just double checked it. So that's a stone for helping with anxiety, helping move forward with worry, helping with bad dreams. It's a very gentle energy, but it helps with communication, and it helps with stagnation. So that is the stone you want to work with. Now, just going to put my notes here so they're in front, and we are going to jump right in. The very first thing, let me get my cards in order, which I thought I had them, but I actually put them down upside down. Okay, so the very first thing is your overall energy for the whole year. You came up with the Page of Cups in reverse. Now, this is water energy, and I'm going to tell you, you have water element in quite a few places that comes up. So water element for Aries is going to be really strong this year. Working with aquamarine, really just working with water element. You want to pull some water in this year as much as possible. And of course that changes every year, but that's one of the things that's going to be a big thing for you this year. Okay, so another aspect of that you want to consider is the area of your house that is water element. That's going to be the west area of your house. Things like that. You want to clear out, you want to purge it, you want to open windows. Just kind of move that energy, you know, ring a bell, play music, drum in that area. Like I said, water element is going to be huge because this is your overall card for the whole year. Now let's talk about the Page of Cups here for a minute, okay? This is gonna be about playful energy. It's gonna be about you having insecurity, you having apathy, you not feeling or believing the gifts that are coming towards you. You kind of stepping away from that. Be careful of impulsiveness as you go forward this next year. You want to think things through. You want to step into a place of confidence, because you're going to have a lot of time this year where that's not where you live. That's not your overall challenge. It's just how things are this year. Again, it could be some of the nonsense from COVID coming forward. It could be people making you anxious, or just having trouble in general with, social media or people, things like that. So you just want to be aware of those emotions, that they're going to be happening, and work through them. Embrace them. Don't push them aside, because it's still a positive energy, even though the card is reversed. This is working on making sure that anything that you're immature or apathetic or insecure, or you don't feel good about, or it's just not feeling like your cup is full, look at why. Try and figure out where your playfulness has gone. Try and figure out what is happening and why you're not feeling that way. Okay? Because you actually have a huge amount of positive cards in your tarot reading. So that feeling is kind of not real, but it comes up a lot this year. Okay? Because it is your overall energy. Now, for your overall love energy, Ace of Swords in reverse. This kind of goes with that Page of Cups energy. This is air energy, and it's communication issues, right? This is north energy. So if you want to bring love in, you better look at the north area of your house and your living arrangements, because there's something wrong with them. Another thing you could do is do some love energy work with crystals, or if you work with magic at all in the north area of where you live. However that works for you, get outside, change up that energy, because right now the overall energy is coming in as an ace that isn't being grabbed. This is somebody dropping the ball, right? This is somebody who feels confused about stuff. But again, both of these cards in reverse are kind of apathy, boredom, not enjoying oneself, this is a straight up opportunity for this year that you're just not grabbing. You might be afraid of getting hurt too, because it is a sword. It could be a miscommunication that you're just not hearing what's coming your direction. Again, it's not a terrible energy. It does mean that some new beginnings are coming your direction. It just means you're not going to grab onto them right when you're supposed to. You're not going to be getting the messages that you want. And if you are in a relationship, you could find that you're a little bored, especially as the beginning of the year starts, in which case, change it up. Figure it out, because that boredom doesn't have to exist. Okay? Now, overall finances, and I checked all of these with my pendulum just to make sure, because I was kind of unhappy about all the reversals, but they all came up as proper. So remember, it's overall energy for the year. Also remember, you have a lot of choices in any of these things. So if you don't like the cards that you got, you can make choices to change them. That's the whole point of getting a reading, is so you can say, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to change it up. You have that ability. So for Aries, the overall finances and wealth this year is 10 of Pentacles. Now, it was really telling to me that Pentacles came up as I was reading for your finances and wealth situation for the year, because that shows me they're right on track with what I was asking about. This is feeling very judged. This is feeling like you're carrying burdens throughout the year. This may be some heavy losses. And again, that could be 2020 playing into 2021. If you were struggling with work in 2020, that struggle may continue as you go into 2021. It could be a good solid amount of this year before you feel better about where your finances are, easily like 10 months into the year before things start to turn up. However, it is a 10, right? It is a 10, which means that burden, that loss, that feeling of and it not working out, not feeling stable, not feeling great about stuff, it does end this year. So there are lessons to be learned here that are going to end this year. Okay. So that is very, very important to remember when it comes to finances, that there are some situations that are going to end that have been a long time coming. They're just not going to work out the way you want them to. And it could make you feel really unstable. So just prep for that. Okay. It doesn't mean that you're going to have a huge amount of financial loss. It just means that loss may be something that is something you need to consider. Meaning like, start putting savings away if you can, right? That's kind of what that means, because you want to be prepared for whatever's coming your direction. And it could be 10 months of a struggle. Not gonna lie, it's not a huge struggle, but it is struggle, and it is feeling very unstable. Like, I don't like the way this energy feels. I don't feel dead broke. I don't feel desperate, but I don't like it. I'm not comfortable in this energy. And then you have, for your overall health, really interestingly, these came up fantastic. So you've got the 10 of Cups, which is family, love, my cup runneth over, fantastic feeling. So health-wise, you're looking at a pretty good year for Aries. And the 6 of Wands, which is victory. So if you have been dealing with illness, sickness, worry, anything psychologically that could affect your health, or if your family's been struggling health-wise, this is straight up victory. This is also, if Aries is looking to try and get pregnant this year, the odds are in your favor in that instance. So really set that up to manifest in a good way for that. Although you didn't get a straight up gift from above, you could set yourself up on track to, it might not happen this year, but you could set yourself up on track to have it be positive for next year. You could be moving in that realm, right? Because it is a straight up victory. 6 of Wands, that's just success. So health-wise, really, really, really good cards, okay? So it's kind of balanced out, it seems like. There's always some positive and some negative, but none of these are terrible negative cards. So that's really good. We're going to go into your oracles and then do your energies for the year. Okay? So, give me a sec. All right. So, first up, with the Dreamscape oracle, you had 3 cards that came out. Really interesting to me. So, the first one is the scales. Okay? And this one is all about the keyword of listen. It's all about knowing that judgment is coming, knowing that the scales are going to be weighed this year for you. But what's interesting about this card, and that makes sense because of what's going on with Jupiter and Saturn this year, Saturn heavily judging everyone this year. This card is all about flourishing after judgment. You see how she has those flowers, and the scales are gold? This card is all about when the judgment's laid down, not only is it in your favor, but you flourish after it. So, okay, I'm just reading my chicken scratch notes here. It says proper judgment is coming. So some of these I had to read the books and go back in, and so I took notes on important things. So that's why you see me reading notes. With these really, really big readings, I like to be transparent about the fact that I don't have all of these cards memorized, and I absolutely pull out the books and find what is important and listen to what Spirit tells me. So not going to pretend. Some of them I'm even going to read to you today because that's how I was guided. So, yeah. So this card comes up when proper judgment is coming your direction, but that it is going to work out in a way that is good for you. It might not feel that way at first, just so you're aware. This year could have some moments, but what you need to do this year when it comes to the judgments that are going to come your direction is listen. Listen to how they're presented, because there are messages there for you that are very important. This year's all about listening. You also got the Tiger, and this card is protection, kind of like Tiger's Eye, right? All about protection this year. and feeling guided in that cat energy, like with Bastet, right? When I got the tiger, they said Bastet. So if you work at all with Egyptian magic, really look at working with Bastet, okay? This whole year. Definitely something for you to consider. And then you also got the Gate. Now this is a really interesting card, because what this card says is that what you want is within your reach. Like, she's reaching through this portal, right? And she's literally able to make the portal as big or as small as she wants. So if there's things coming that she doesn't want, she can kind of close it and watch carefully. And if she wants the things that she's manifesting, she can open that portal in order to step through and step into that energy of what she wants to manifest. So with this card, what they want you to do is they want you to look deeper. Really dive into what portals are open for you. How much control do you have? Your manifestations are coming, and it's this really positive, strong energy, but some things you're not going to see this year. Like you're going to close it when you should be opening it. So that is a very strong message to you. Your words for those oracles are listen, protection, and look deeper. Okay? And then I have the White Light Oracle is number 8, Bath Kol. And with this card, Bath Kol is an angel. She was considered a divine oracle, like of the angels. She was an oracle for the angels. And I'm sorry. So when she shows up, what she wants you to do is notice that you might be having distractions, and you need to disconnect from those distractions, because there is a voice that is true and it needs to be heard. So you need to practice discernment and disconnect in order to be the most help you can be this year for humanity, because your voice is something that is going to be huge for humanity this year. Really interesting, because you got that blue lace agate, which is throat chakra energy. And that's a subtle opening to let go of anxiety, which, you know, this card is trying to tell you that your voice is true. What needs to be said from you is true and strong. Also, this says the message is filter ego from heart. Okay? And eschew complicated explanations. What does that mean? It means the answers are simple, which sucks. I'm going to be honest, because simple answers are usually harder. If we can make it more complicated, we can take the easy way out. We can find loopholes and things like that. This year, your answers and your explanations for things are going to come through, and they're going to be simple and straightforward, like words like listen and look deeper. And those things are actually really hard to do. But Bath Kol is here to tell you that the things that you have to say and have to do are absolutely true. Take your ego out, disconnect, discern, and then speak. It's going to be, that's huge for you this year. Those are very difficult lessons. And honestly, I feel like that's part of that Page of Cups. Turning that Page of Cups right side up, turning that Ace of Swords right side up, are all of those things, because those are both about relationship and communication. So that totally makes sense. Anyway, we'll be here all day if I keep analyzing. So for your Buddhist wisdom, you got a number 24, and this is Sri Vanta. Okay, this is sacred geometry in here, and let me go through this for you. Okay, these triangles here, this is 5 downward feminine energy triangles and 4 upward male energy triangles. And within that is all the energy of the universe, right? You see this in so many places, and it's the 52 lines of feminine, 52 lines of male energy that come together to make the 108 perfect. Yeah, it gets complicated, but But it's like the perfect unity, the perfect duality, the perfect moment in the universe where everything is in balance, okay? And this here is that energy, okay? Then you have the petals that are showing, and those contain all of the Sanskrit vowels and consonants, all the sounds. And Sanskrit is usually considered a sacred language, right? So the unity of the spirit is surrounded by the sacred language that allows you to speak to spirit, allows you to bring that in. Okay, I'm really making this simple. It's a little bit more complicated than this, but for your sake, I'm really just making this as simple as possible. And then you have this square here, and that is to symbolize earth. So this is, you know, the unity of spirit. This is here, all the wisdom and speaking to spirit. And then on the outside, you have the earth energy in that square. And within the earth energy on this particular card, with this Shrivanta card, you then have Ganesha and the Matrikas shown here, okay? And that's the 7 ancient fierce mother goddesses. And they have the mudras in here of fear not and granting of blessings. And so they want you to take your fear and give it up to them, and they want you to open your hands. So instead of holding on to fear, they want you to let go of that fear and open your hands to be ready for the blessings that are coming. Okay? And in order to do that with the Shriyanta, this is the map. This is the map. This is what you do. You connect with spirit, and then you use language to ground yourself and give it up to your higher power, your universe, your source, whatever it is, so that you can get back to your true self and what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what spirit is just lifting, right? So this card says, when feeling disheartened, stop and watch a child at play. So all of this that I just went through is to remind you that we have all of this inside of us at all times. And if you are having trouble connecting with that, one of the things that you can do is you can remember what it's like to be a child. You can watch a child, because children are automatically connected with this unless they're broken or, you know, something is very wrong. But in general, children laugh. And they laugh wholeheartedly, and they giggle at things, and they, you know, they also cry, and they yell, and they dance, and they, you know, children don't have those barriers. They're not worried about the exile of not belonging, and that's what they want you to remember. Now, the 7, if you're interested, the 7 fierce goddesses, let me see, I made a list. It's Ganesha and Kali, Lakshmi, Devi, Saraswati, Indrani, and then Radhani, if you want to see them in order, in case you're not sure of the order. That is the order on this card, okay? I believe that's traditional to have Ganesha at the beginning, because with Ganesh, that removes the obstacles to what all of the other ones are bringing in, and then Radhani is kind of like the bookend to that, the final moment. So without getting too deep, because there's a lot, but that's your card for that. I hope I didn't go on too long. There's a lot in there. Anyway, now we're going to go on to your Kitsune card, and this is number 42, and you got Shadow Dancer. Shadow Dancer is a really interesting card to have come up. It's quite beautiful, I think, but what this card is this card wants you to prepare to dance with your shadow self. Like, it's an integration card. So this card happens when you're on a path to become closer to kind of what you were and you've forgotten. Like integrating your shadow self without judging it, and therefore becoming more whole, right? So this card is kind of about moving into shadow work if you haven't. It's about letting go of self-condemnation. No more self-condemnation. This card comes when you're going to have a really interesting year of work ahead of you, because shadow work is not something to take lightly. It can be very difficult and quite a challenge in the best possible way. It really can change your life for the better. So expect to have that really beautiful integration work this year as you move forward. And then for your healing cards this year, I have for you number 4, sexuality. You actually had 2 come out. You also had number 8 come out, which is procrastination. Now this is angel number 444, okay, which is interesting. So when it comes to healing, you're on a path with your angels of 444. Okay, sexuality is an interesting card. It comes out when you carry shame, guilt, baggage, that kind of thing about your sexuality, and you really need to step into that energy, whether you're male or female. Really step into the energy of who you are and being okay with your sexuality. It also comes up when things are stagnant and you need to kind of change it up. So again, if you're bored, if you're having some trouble and you're bored, then getting frisky in the bedroom and figuring that out and trying new things is really going to benefit you this year. If you are single and happy with it, then working with yourself, as it were, will be highly beneficial this year. And if sexual energy isn't your thing, this radiates sacral chakra. This radiates really stepping into what is sexuality, because it's not all just sex, the act. It is what makes you feel on fire, what makes you feel passionate, what clothes make you feel great and really accent the parts of you that you like. You know, if your favorite body part is your eyes, what color pops your eyes? If your favorite body part is your hands, what jewelry could you do? Or what, you know, could you get some nail stickers and just stick those on there and just make yourself feel better? Enjoy it. Have a good time. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be a thing. But they definitely want you to know that that energy is really important this year, okay? You've got snake energy in there. That's that kundalini coming up again. So pay attention to that. And then when procrastination comes up, here's that cat energy again, right? When procrastination comes up, one of the things you want to look at is, what have you been putting off? Are you protecting yourself from something and not wanting to step into that energy? Procrastination comes up when there are important things that you are letting go by the wayside, and it is time to take action. It is time to kind of light that fire within yourself, right? New moon energy means release this out, light the fire, move forward, and it's kind of like a call to action. It's kind of like, in these cards, it's kind of like, hey, no more words, like start showing up and doing the thing. And if you're afraid, because you have that cat energy, that protection combined with the procrastination card, is like, don't be afraid to do it. What's the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that can happen is you consider yourself a failure. But did you ever notice that people who consider themselves failures are often some of the biggest successes to others? Like, failure is not a mistake. It's not the end. It's not negative. It's just a new opportunity. So that's the energy you need to step into this year to really change things up. Procrastination is not your friend this year. Okay, and then we have Oracle of Dragonfae. This is one of the ones that I was tempted. I need to read some of it, okay? Because it's a really intriguing energy. And you got the Sovereign. Now, when you're working with the Sovereign, this is all about integrity, being responsible, and beginning right now. It's about incrementally taking the vibe up, okay? gently each day a little bit, not jumping in like crazy and being bonkers, but stepping into what makes you, your divine self, show through. And the issue with this that is so hard, which is why I think I was supposed to get this book, is because the energy needs to be gentle. And so this book has divinatory meanings, and it says, refuse to acknowledge yourself as the creator in your world. I'm sorry, refusing to acknowledge yourself as the creator in your world, blaming authority figures, seeing only the trappings and not the humanity and the responsibility, being too influenced by others who you see as successful, powerful others, thus giving away your power. Not taking care of the little things in your own domain, seeing what is yours now as unworthy of great care or interest. So when this card comes up, you are to step into this beautiful, I mean, this is a beautiful butterfly energy, okay? This energy is radiating, and they want you to step into the energy of what it is to be a king or a queen, a sovereign. This is earth element and an autumn element. So working with the mineral world, working with things that grow, working with compassion, and, you know, knowing that your power encourages other powers. You're an inspiration. You're a muse, whether you like it or not. This is letting go of lack and feeling like your abilities are not enough, and knowing that they are. Okay? Really important. And that is number 38. Okay? If you want to write down the numbers and put them all together to figure out numerology, that's why I tell you, because I don't do that for you. And then, still going, y'all, we have the Magick and Mediums Oracle. And your card came up. I'm just going to read some of the things. Some of it's not appropriate for YouTube, so I can't read all of it. Really interesting that this card came up, given some of the other ones. You got sex magic. And this says, you know, using the use of sexual energy, notably orgasm, for manifestation. And spiritual experiences are not reserved solely for spiritual planes. Okay? This is all about expressing self-love, tantra work, working with Venus, flowers, love spells, yearning, ecstasy, working with Holy Spirit, empath, surrender, that kind of energy. Okay? And then for your shadow work this year, you got Baba Yaga. What? I know. Baba Yaga is all about loss, though. And she's a little bit hefty, a little bit scary. So the message here is very clear. Like, be careful about what you're doing, because you can, like, figure out how to deal with loss and figure out how to let go of things and figure out how to purge on your own, or Baba Yaga can take it from you. And I'm pretty sure you know which one you want. I don't think you really want her to do that, right? So this card comes up when you need to really step into appreciating what you do have in life, what is good, what you, just looking for the good constantly. That's part of your shadow work this year, is recognizing the good, gratitude all the time, right? And you'll notice she's got that blue stone, which again, that throat chakra energy, kind of hilarious. Now, remember that Baba Yaga knows what it is to be without love. So she understands when you're trying to step into the limelight, or trying to have things that you love, or trying to hold on to things too tight, or trying to possess. She doesn't really, like, help you with that. She'd rather help you out of the forest than and have you recognizing to cherish exactly who you are. And if you can't, then you got a problem, because she's going to ensnare you. So work that energy out. This archetype is, you know, kind of crazy. She's Slavic in origin, and Baba Yaga stories, there's a couple different ones, but she's always been this kind of ultra scary creature that would take, sometimes eat, children that ventured off, and therefore the idea of loss, right? Losing childhood, losing your children literally, but just losing all of that joy. And again, back to that being like a child and stepping into that energy. You have worth. You need to cherish yourself and then step into the other things that you can cherish as well. Go from yourself into your immediate family, and then into your friends, and then into humankind, and then just keep going. That bubble just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. She can help you with that. Okay? When you're working with this, make sure that you don't lose faith. Okay? Don't try to seek attention this year. That's not going to be good for you. Because you kind of have lost sight of who you are. And the things that have been lost to you will return in some fashion this year. Just be prepared for it. It could be painful. And this card also comes up when you aren't using all of your true potential. Okay? And you need to recognize that. I'm not sure that Baba Yaga is great at helping you to step into your true potential, but that shadow work is not easy. So there's your shadow. And now I have some straight message cards for you. Okay. You got number 13, miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. And this card is all about recognizing the miracles in the smallest thing. Okay? Because they're constant, and this year will have a lot for you. Whenever this card comes up, it means a lot of blessings are coming. Be aware, because Jupiter is in Aquarius this year, so the blessings might come in fashions that you are not expecting. Be aware. But Jupiter is the giver of gifts, right? And then you got number 19, which is a 10. So right now you have 2 10s, 3 10s, and a 1. So you've got ones all over the place, like 111 angel numbers. You've got 1010 on the board. Okay? And this is a card in regard to healing and love. And your answer is answers are within. You hold the light yourself. Look at her going through that portal. Whatever answers you're seeking this year, I think you have the ability to access them and step through. I think that you're not going to be super keen on it right away, but now that you know, I think that you're going to start to move into that. Your chakra energies, really interesting. You got third eye, working with third eye energy, and this one is clarity. Look at how clear those crystals are. Okay, so work on clarity of your third eye chakra. Then you also got, and I love this particular one. This is solar plexus, and it's all about, so I love the idea of when we're cracked, we get better and our light shines through even more. And like your solar plexus is where that's always the worst. It's always where your inner personal power is, that it's so hard to remember that your personal power is always growing, even when you feel like you're broken. That's when your light really shines through. That's when the divine can get to you even better, and that's when you're even stronger. And this card is all about inner strength. It's number 14. So work on your solar plexus and inner strength this year if you're feeling down. That will get you through. And then once you feel back in balance, ask for clarity. Okay, your new moon card, this can be used at each new moon or just the next one, whatever works for you, is Maestra Love. It's a number 10 because you needed another 10 in your life. It's a really good year for you to have a 10 because this year is a 5, right? So this is just overall a lot of really good things. The intention is I express gratitude for the healers who offer wisdom, support, and nourishment from their medicine work and deep connection to Source. I honor those in the physical as well as the spiritual world, including plant maestras and other wisdom keepers. I carry their wisdom forward through my actions, thoughts, and words. The stone is sapphire, which is great for third eye work, And Palo Santo, you can get Palo Santo sticks. Like, this is what I use to burn my Palo Santo. Okay, that's cleansing. Maestra means teacher. So again, that's the work that you can do for your new moon card. Okay? And you can use that at each new moon, or just this next one. Like I said, it kind of lost my place, what I was saying. I think I already said that. Your flower this year is orange blossom. So if you want to get a candle with that or bring that scent into your home or wear it, that's going to be really, really great for you. The word is enthusiasm, and the message is the best can be here. Believe it. Okay. And let me see. Look, I still have all these cards. Okay. Next up, we have your starseed message. Your word is courage, and your message is live your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination. Okay. And, okay, this is your challenge cards, so we're going to move those. Your animal cards are kind of fantastic. Again, with the water element, you got dolphin, and sea serpent. So let's go through each of these really quick because you did have 2 come out. So this is your animal for the year. This may be always your spirit animal, or it may just be your spirit animal for the year. I couldn't tell you. I asked for just the year. Dolphin is water, and dolphin comes up when blessings are coming, when karmic energy is working through, when healers are going to feel a fantastic year. It's just a card of light, white, just white light all year long, straight up blessings. And if you want to work with your spirit guides or your animal guides, ask them to speak to you through dolphin. That's your number one animal for the year is dolphin. And again, with that playful energy, that return to joy, dolphins are known that when they show up, people just are happy. They just step into this energy of amusement, and yet they're so intelligent, right? Dolphins are highly intelligent. So it's not just a light energy, meaning not heavy. It's literally a light energy, meaning of divine source. It just makes me feel happy. It just makes me feel happy. Okay. Then you also got Sea Servant, which is an interesting card because here you have a card of blessings coming, of working, of healing and light and spiritual practice shining through and growing. And then you have Sea Serpent, which is literally spirit work. It is an all-seeing eye. Can you see that? It's an Ouroboros, which is very, very powerful. This is healing emotional wounds and expressing your desires coming out. This is second chakra, sacral chakra energy here coming forward. It's protection. It's communication, trust, grace. These two together are joy and trusting in spirit and stepping into, this is kind of stepping into a level up. This year takes you onto a higher vibe for sure, mostly because this Sea Serpent card came in. It's going to protect you. There's your portal again. There's your portal. It's going to protect you as you step through these portals this year. Huge shift. Portals are huge shifts, and you've got 3, 4 of them on the board already. That's crazy. That's just nonsense. I don't know what to do with that energy. I'm gonna take a second. Jeez. Now, portals are interesting. I'm gonna move my notes while I talk to you about that because you have to step through them on your own. You don't just walk through a portal. You have to open it and step through it, right? Or close it. And once you've used that energy, you can close it behind you. So really interesting how much choice you have this year, and how much a lot of how this year goes is going to be based on your own perspective and your own choices. All right. Now we have the karma cards. Okay. And this is messages for you. This is the deck. Okay. Karma cards, which I love. This is about this is a message about your actions that you need to take this year. Sorry, I kind of lost my place. This gets to be a lot, so just bear with as I work my way through it. I have to make sure and set these up properly. Planets, signs, houses. Okay. Okay. And what you have for your action is Uranus. Okay, you have Uranus in Cancer, in the first house. Okay, and then what you have right now is your spiritual message. So what is best for nurturing your soul? Your message is this: stir up the situation by using your feelings immediately. Stir up the situation by using your feelings immediately. Then your mental is what is best for, I'm going to say nurturing again, your mental intellect, your intelligence, your mental state, how you handle things with logic and things like that. Be open to new ideas about attitudes from the past, about the way you project yourself now. Be open to new ideas about attitudes from the past, about the way you project yourself. That's changing old ideas, right? Okay. You can interpret these for yourself. Really process through these. Then for your physical body needs this coming year, invent a way to use your intuition and do it on your own. Invent a way to use your intuition and do it on your own. Does it have to be brand new? I'm going to say probably not. Probably you can step into energies that have been taught before, but they want you to actually take action. A lot of those are all about action to me. Okay, that is your oracle and your overall energy. Now we're going to go into your tarot read. Holy moly, I know. This is why you only do Wheel of the Year once, maybe twice a year, right? Okay. Challenge cards. So, interestingly enough, you got two challenge cards that came out together. The first one is the Emperor. Okay, now this is very, very, very strong energy. This is a male energy, so yang, not necessarily a male gendered person. This is all about power, structure, domination. Where do you see success? Where are you dominating? What energy is that? That is fire energy stepping in to your personal power. Where do you see success? Really bringing in that energy. This card is literally Aries, so I thought it was hilarious that this came up for the Aries reading as your challenge card. Like, you could get in your own way this year. Your challenge is stepping into personal success. It's knowing what you need to do to be successful. It's knowing what you need to do to dominate. It's knowing what you need to do to maintain your personal power. Okay, really interesting card, because with it you got the High Priestess in reverse. Literally the highest female gendered card, female energy card in the deck. And you have a male and a female energy here. So they wanted you to know that getting balance is going to be a problem this year. You're not going to feel balanced. That male energy in your challenges is really taking over. Also, you're not trusting your intuition in this. you've kind of turned your intuition off this year, which is probably why the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, which I can't seem to grab off the table. That's a little bit weird, right? These things usually show up upright when your intuition is spot on. So I'm going to tell you that you don't believe in your intuition. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in what can get you success. You're not sure this year is going to work out too great. That's not trusting moon energy, right? It's repressing things. It is possible you have some loss this coming year, given these challenge cards. That is what it is. So let's talk about your monthly energies, shall we? Well, January, 10 of Cups. What? That is 2 10 of Cups in one reading. This is amazing, amazing energy. And it was combined with the 6 of Wands. So I'm just going to say that for January, you start to feel really good about where things are. This is an ending, okay? But it is still really positive. They're both upright. This is abundance. This is feeling happy, feeling satisfied overall for the year. You know, at the beginning of this year, you're like, okay, I can step into 2021 pretty good, pretty happy, pretty light, feeling like you got it covered, knowing that some things have to end, but you're going to step into this whole new beginning that's coming. Okay? It's really having your family life, your emotional life, your heart chakra open, all of those things fulfilled, your cup overflowing, feeling pretty good overall for the month. Going into February, you've got some decisions that have to get made, okay? Everybody always thinks the Lover's card means a relationship is happening. That's not always the case. This usually, because it is Gemini energy, so this is knowing that you do have harmony in the relationships that are happening this month. The Lover's card does mean people coming together and, you know, that duality, finding its balance as a Gemini would. But also there's some pretty strong choices this month that are a big deal for you. So I feel like you're going to go into most of these choices in February in a really good way, though, because you have the 10 of Cups here. You have some choices that, you know, life is going to bring to you, but you're still in harmony. You're still in balance. Things are still pretty good. There's some change happening for you, though. Some definite change. There's some transformation going to be happening. And then what do you step into? Well, let me tell you, I don't think it gets much better than this, because you step into 10 of Wands. That's right. That is a 10. And then you make some choices and you take yourself right into fire energy. 10 again. You could not possibly have more 10s in this reading. And this is feeling accomplished. It's feeling pretty good. Now, fire energy, a little bit rough. That's a lot. That could be a little overwhelming for you as you head into March. It is feeling accomplished, feeling good. But also, when you feel accomplished, sometimes you feel like you have some burdens. Sometimes you have some stress. Okay? This is not the kind of stress that bothers you, though. Like, see this stick down here that's kind of not... So if this was fire energy, that water would be putting it out. But look, still asleep, still fine, still cozy. Fox energy, so your intellect is happy. You're feeling... They're like, you're very foxy. They are very foxy because they got 2 fox cards back to back. But again, still got some change happening, right? Still have some change happening, but look, it's less. It's less. The choices lead to some good, solid, feeling good about stuff, passionate energy. 10 of Wands is definitely still something ending. So you have 2 pretty significant endings, which means that as you go into the first quarter of the year, things are going to start wrapping up. Things are going to be closing down. This is relationship energy, and I didn't understand what you said. Hold on, I'm trying to hear what they're saying. This is like core value energy. This is, oh, I see. Okay, so it's internal meeting external energy coming together. Oh, okay. So they're showing me somebody cleaning space. I didn't understand the visual at first because it was like an old woman sweeping. But I didn't understand what she was sweeping because it was too zoomed in. And it's like a little cottage, and she's clearing out the dust. She's sweeping the dust out from her house and then off her porch, and she just keeps sweeping it away. That's you. You're going to be clearing out. You're going to be making choices that are transformational, makes you feel good. You're sweeping out. You're moving forward. Okay? Again, that could be you stepping into that place of, I don't want to be insecure. I want to have personal power. I want to change these cards that I had reversed at the beginning that are my overall energy. That kind of thing, okay? Then as you head into April, you have the Page of Swords. This is a very young energy, and again, it's communication. Swords are air energy. This is getting clarity. This is feeling a little bit restless. When you have the Raven, it's a little bit restless. You want to go out, you want to explore, you want to know who in your circle is, like, you've got eyes on people, that sort of thing. But you're going to spend some time being thoughtful this month. This fire energy is going to abate into more of an air energy. So less burden, less stress, a lot more communication, fast moving communication. It might even feel sometimes this month a little bit immature, but it is really positive overall. Okay? This is you stepping into a much clearer purpose, a much clearer understanding of where you are. And just, you also are going to have some curiosity about some things this month. I see, it's really interesting because you had that one card where she was grabbing leaves, and here you have leaves falling all around you. So I'm not going to be surprised if in April you have a lot of blessings coming your way and you start to be curious about them and they lead you down some other interesting paths. Followed up, heading into May, you have the King of Wands. So whatever is happening, you definitely have this beautiful king walks into your world. This could be a literal king walking into your world, or it could just be that you start to get some respect. You start to be seen as a leader. It could be stepping into a different maturity of yourself, stepping into your own power. I do see some ravens on this card, so I see that influence being pulled into from the month before. Whatever that respect is, it goes pretty deep. If this is someone coming into your life, it is going to be somebody that has a lot of influence either over you or you're just going to see them as an influence. I don't think it's a bad thing. Okay? It's not a bad thing. Also, King of Wands is always good with their stick, so more power to you. In June, heading into summer solstice time, things like that, you've got the Two of Cups in reverse. So if you do have a relationship this month, it could be feeling a little bit janky. You could be feeling like you're out of balance. You could feel disconnected. This could be a month with a lot of struggle for you. It's not a permanent disconnect, but all of that self-power situation that we were talking about, some of these messages about unworthiness, some of the messages like the procrastination, the sexuality issues, you could start to see that showing up in June. I would not be surprised. What's interesting is you have a ladybug on here. You have two ladybugs on here. So that is actually a different kind of transformation that's literally coming out of your shell. So if you start to really transform this year, expect June to be a little bit of a harder month where you have to face some real serious questioning, not from others. You step into a place of, why am I doing these things? How do I really want it to be? Half the year is gone. Have I attained what I want to attain? And I think the answers you're going to find are no. I think what you're going to want to do is really step into a different place. How do I want to say that? you're not going to be as fulfilled as you want to be. You're going to feel like the struggle isn't really worth it when it completely is. There's a possibility of you feeling like other, like things are opening up for other people and not opening up for you as fast as you would want. Things like that. At this point, you've been working through some serious transformation. And this feels like that moment where you want to stop. Don't do that, okay? It feels like you looking at the world as Sisyphus, and it's not really that way. So just keep plugging away, because as this month continues, you go into July, you have the 8 of Cups. Now, interestingly enough, again, I feel like this is a struggle month for you. This is a hard time. This could be a period of time where you're like not interested. You're expect to want to withdraw from things. It's possible that these challenges start to really take over. And everybody goes through this period of time where they start to make a lot of change and they start to do a lot of good, and then they get smacked in the face with stuff. You're going to have a hard time in July seeing the benefit of things, seeing what's really working out for you, but check it out. Look at that, okay? Because in reality, how you feel is not reality. You actually have a lot going right. You're actually on a really good path. So whatever you've decided to change up this year, stick with it. The blessings continue, okay? July is going to be a heavy month of you being gifted a lot of things. Again, that Jupiter energy where you're getting gifts, but you have trouble seeing them. You don't expect them. You're not even sure they're actually gifts, but I promise they are. Queen of Pentacles energy for August. In reverse. Now, this is a really interesting situation because that means you kind of feel a little bit unstable, right? That's that earth energy out from underneath of you. And it, again, with these two cards back to back, whatever happens in June, whatever's going on here with you not feeling satisfied, not feeling great, especially in relationships, this is withdrawal. This is July and August. You're like, I'm good on my own. I am going to spend time in meditation. I'm going to spend time on my own. I'm not going to be out in the physical world being crazy. I'm not interested in that. I don't feel secure in it. I don't feel great in it. I'm pretty upset about it. This is not a good month for fertility. It just like, you're like, ugh. Which again, that's a bit of isolation. Like you might just be feeling like you don't even want to have sex with anyone. You don't want to be with anyone. You just like, you're over it. You're done. Overall, that imbalance is not permanent, even though it feels very strong because it is earth energy. So it feels very down. Okay. Just work on higher chakra energy and it'll pull you through the month. Don't be surprised by it. It's not a bad thing. It's just a little bit more of a slog than normal. Finances start to kind of look up this month. But again, this is that month where like these two here, this is just you not believing your manifestations are going to work, not believing the transformations are worth it, not just, you're just in that space, right? It all starts to play out. Again, 4 or 5 months of really great stuff, huge amounts of transformation, huge amount of blessings. And it's like you start to be like, wait, is the other shoe going to drop? Like this might be too good. I don't know if I believe this. And then you start seeing bad things or ignoring things. There's a little bit of a feeling of not wanting to be abandoned, wanting to pull things closer to you. And then as you step into September, here's where your High Priestess turns backwards. Remember? And there's that challenge. This is a huge challenge month for you in September, okay? This is feeling like you don't know enough, feeling like you can't connect, a real disconnect, like what the hell? I don't understand what's going on. Why can't I figure things out? Why aren't things working out? This is feeling just like you may have lost this month. You might just feel like you don't trust people or you just don't trust the universe anymore. all the transformation you've been working on. It could be a lot of shadow work that you've been doing, and your self-worth is out the window. Pull that back in and integrate all that shadow work. These last 3 months, this quarter energy is a little bit rough, but it's really not that bad. It's just kind of sad. It's just kind of down, but it's not morose. You're not super depressed. You can still see the good, and you're still working on things. How do I know that? Because you have the 5 of Wands for October. Okay, now, this can be a good card and can be a bad card. So 5 of Wands, you want to be real careful in October. A lot of fire energy, a lot of wanting to disagree with people, a lot of conflict, resistance to change, feeling like you have a lot of competition, bringing a lot of fire energy in. So what happens here is you've gone from a little bit of apathy, a lot of emotion happening in June and July, a lot of emotion, to feeling a little bit more stable and just deciding cynical is the way to go, letting go of your intuition, not really believing stuff, and then being challenged and getting very passionate about it. So you step back into that energy you start the beginning of the year with, all that wand energy, okay? This is kind of getting back to yourself, but you need to recognize that that fire energy can bring you a problem, right? This is getting back into traditional Aries form, but you might want to bring it down just a little bit because you're looking for a fight this month, and a lot of it's just fire energy coming back up. Could be worth it. Could be that you have to fight for things. Could be that you want to step into some personal power, that you're like, hey, you know what, Shadow? I am going to integrate you. I am going to do that work. I am going to pull that fire energy back up. It feels very like, you know, that, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but it's like you're looking at universe and going, bring it, give it to me. I am here for all the gifts. And it's kind of funny because you've got this conflict energy, and you weren't trusting your intuition the last month, and you weren't feeling stable, and you reverse it up, and now you're ready for it, like Wonder Woman style. It's a weird, fun, kind of odd energy, but you're here for it. This doesn't mean you're going to fight with a lot of people. It just means that you're looking for a fight to bring back that energy, if that makes sense. You might get in fights with people. You might find yourself on social media disagreeing with a lot of things. It's probably not worth it. Just saying. And then as you go into November, still in that fire energy, except this time you're stepping back into a really strong place of power. This is a point where the growth hits. Looking at November, really interesting that you had your 10 of Pentacles in reverse the first 10 months. Boom, 11 month in, Queen of Wands. This is the growth month. This is creativity takes over. Your intuition steps back in. Your passions step back in. Those moments from June, July, and August, you're done with them. You're like, nope, that's not where I need to live. I don't know what was going on there. I learned what I need to learn, but I kept at working at my transformations. I was working at my personal power. I brought it all in. Boom. Queen of Wands steps into the place. Okay? And you've got the butterflies for transformation all in here. Those sunflowers. I mean, it's beautiful energy. This Queen of Wands energy is absolutely fantastic. And again, it's that Aries energy continued. And brilliant. What happens by the end of the year? Ace of Swords upright. So if you really didn't like that love energy that was in reverse at the beginning, I wouldn't fret about it, because it seems like you do a crap ton of work this year. There is a lot of transformation, a lot of internal and external work that gets done. If you do succeed at integrating your shadow the way these cards are saying you're going to, Ace of Swords by the end of the year. You turn that card around, like it's completely turned around. I mean, there's not even a question. It's even the same sword. So this is having focus. It's having clarity. This is literally victory, literally feeling inspired after all of this, because it's following fire energy, right? You have these two, and right? Fire energy mixed with air. What happens? But it just takes off, you know. Communication heads in the right direction. Opportunity, a new opportunity showing up, you grabbing it King Arthur style, pulling that sword out. Really, really fantastic. So it's interesting how you have a couple of months of down, but just remember that you're not Sisyphus. You're not going to roll back down the mountain and start at the beginning. You keep going. Work on the lessons that you need to work on. Work on the things that you want to transform. And it really does head in an incredibly positive direction. Are there any other messages that I need for this particular reading? The 8 of Cups month, July, is a little rough. Look to be doing some full moon work that month to do some release. Okay? That might not be your thing, but it will benefit you greatly. Okay? So, that is your Wheel of the Year reading. Thank you so much for spending time with me, my Aries. And I wish you many, many blessings. And aho, and so it is. Thank you.